From the bottom, hey, got to be up in your face, putting groupers in the chase, putting work to paper bays. On the up and I'm on the road, you can eat and you cutting cold. Hyper driving, no cruise control.
Welcome everyone to 3 Count Commentaries. I am MagMongoSlade. This is AEW Dynamite from December the 4th, 2024. A incredibly dry show. Oh my god, this is like going to a restaurant and getting nothing but bread. Just nothing but bread. Good lord. I'm not even mad at this show anymore. I see why people skip it. It's coming across as very collisionist. This is very much like Collision and Rampage, bro. I listened to an AEW fan on YouTube. His brain was broken, bro. He said he's not even going to watch the next 2 weeks of shows. He said you're not going to watch the show until after World's End, because then the Continental Classic will be over. That's embarrassing, because last year these people loved this thing. So let's get that out of the way. Kyle Fletcher defeated Shelton Benjamin in what seemed like 15 minutes of the driest action I've ever seen. Kyle Fletcher won by holding the ropes. Shelton Benjamin losing to Kyle Fletcher. They're trying to build the young guy. It is what it is. What I didn't like is that MVP and Lashley beat up random dudes because Shelton lost, which they should have beat up Kyle Fletcher, right? It wasn't that the right thing to do? They should have beat up Kyle Fletcher. Anyway, Kyle Fletcher won. In the other Continental Classic match, Claudio Castagnoli beat Brody King after he kicked him in the nuts. Again, incredibly dry match. Couldn't have given a shit less about that whole thing. I don't really have a problem with either guy, but Claudio in the main events, please don't make me diss Claudio. I like Claudio. He's a very likable guy. Very much a, waves when he sees you, probably talks, asks about the kids, asks about the wife, pat you on the back as he walk by kind of guy. He's just the nicest guy in the world. You don't want to talk trash about him, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to say the match was the main event, and it didn't feel like it, and it shouldn't have been the main event. It should have been in the middle of the show. And that's that. Claudio won. So the first angle of the night was Hook calling out Nick Wayne and then challenging Christian to the Hammerstein Ballroom show. He then gets jumped by Kit Sabian and Nick Wayne, who failed to beat him up because all these twinks are just in the ring doing stuff to each other. At this point, Christian had to help them, and they ended up doing a concerto on Hook's wrist. This is terrible. This is awful. Hook is god-awful when it comes to talking. He's the shit. So I forgot all about Taz being jumped, and that's why he's mad. It wasn't until he mentioned it that I even remember that storyline occurred. That's how little follow-up they've had on this storyline. This is terrible. Mercedes gloated that Camille was gone and said she's going to be watching Anna Jay tonight. Anna Jay wrestled Penelope Ford in a match I wish had not occurred. Anna Jay won that match. I don't remember what happened in the match. It don't matter. Afterwards, Anna Jay called out Mercedes. Mercedes says that Chris Statlander couldn't beat her. So what makes Anna Jay think she could? And then she said, you want a title match? Come back in 10 years when you've done something, kid. And then Anna Jay pushed her, shoved her, punched her, slapped her or something. And then Mercedes powdered. This was weird because Anna Jay just got a title shot against Mariah May and lost. And now she's being rewarded with another title match against Mercedes. Very odd. Very odd booking. I mean, whatever. They had the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. This was terrible. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly win. They're the final two. So they have to wrestle each other next week. And the winner of that match will wrestle MJF at World's End. MJF cut a promo talking about how he used to break records with Adam Cole. We got some brochachos nostalgia, which I don't think anybody's nostalgia for. And then he talked about Adam Cole turning on him and the butterfly effect of Adam Cole's behavior. And look at all the terrible things that's happened about Roderick Strong's arm being broken. And now you got to fight Kyle O'Reilly. And because I'm not the world champion anymore, Moxley is running around murdering people. And I'm sick of you being the hero. And they're not giving Kyle O'Reilly any chance of winning. And good, who cares about this? MJF is not in the building. Who cares about this shit, really? Who gives a rat's ass about this? Let's move on. This damn thing is going to be 10 minutes. Pac versus Jay White. I watched this match. I thought it was okay. Wheeler Yuta actually got some decent heat by interfering in the match. Jay White won it clean with the Blade Runner. So, okay, this was okay. I like these guys. After the match, though, we got a bunch of horse shit. Marina Shafir came in there after Yuta got a Blade Runner, too, for interfering in the match. She distracted Jay White so that Moxley could jump him. He did some really terrible punches to the head of Jay White. It was shitty punches. And he was yelling at him about something or other. I don't remember. Hangman distracted Moxley. Moxley went out there to meet him face to face, and he got strangled by Orange Cassidy with a cord. And then things just dissolved from there with various baby faces attacking Moxley and getting involved with the Death Riders. And Jay White gave a Blade Runner to Moxley, and Moxley took a buckshot lariat from Hangman Page, and Christian Cage was watching. It's just all the things are happening. It's just fireworks all over the place. I'm not sure why any of this is occurring, but Moxley finally showed some booty for the first time. And it would have been better if it had been just one person getting over on him. Like if Jay White had dropped him, then that probably would have been like, oh, okay, so he could screw over Orange Cassidy and Darby and all these guys, but Jay White's gonna be the one that's gonna drop him. But they didn't do that. They had everybody knock him down. So, and they got an AEW chant, which they were very proud of. I don't know why. Why were you proud of that? It's the stupidest thing on earth. Julia Hart had a promo where she talked about the grand re-debut of Jamie Hayter and how she's going to make her own re-debut just to prove that she's stronger than Jamie Hayter. So then Jamie Hayter cut a promo saying that she wants to see Julia face to face and that she came back to right some wrongs that have nothing to do with Julia, but she's ready to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. I was distracted by her tongue ring and her big puffy orange hair. I was very distracted by that. Jamie Hayter is very small too. She's much smaller than she used to be. Chris Jericho cut a promo about the Hammerstein Ballroom show, which is Final Battle. Said that if you want to find out who his opponent is, you got to watch ROH TV. Newsflash, it's Matt Cardona. Chris Jericho versus Zack Ryder. Get the fuck out of here. Who's going to pay for that? There was a vignette for some kind of sheriff, Old West vignette, and it turned out to be for Bandito. As much as I like Bandito, that's an odd person to do a vignette for. Odd person to do a vignette for. Max Caster is acting weird. He's talking to himself, and Billy Gunn and Bowens, they're back there and kind of looking at him. We don't know what's going on here. Then Billy Gunn starts talking about MVP having some sort of effect on Max Caster, and that he's going all about this wrong, and he's got to do something different. I wasn't paying attention. Bowen said, if you're the best wrestler alive, go out there and prove it. Swerve versus Max Caster was the third match on the show. It was not 50-50, which is great. It was about 75-25, probably a little bit less than that, probably more like 80-20. Swerve wins pretty quickly, pretty decisively, and gave him another stomp after the match, and then told Lashley he wasn't done. So, there's that. Max Caster's rap featured a joke about Hunter Biden, and something about sleeping with Swerve's mom, or something of that effect. This is just dead weight. This show sucks. It sucks ass, bro. This is a waste of 2 hours of your life. I'm telling you, I'm almost on the verge of dropping it. It's that bad. Now, I may still watch the show, but I might not review the show. Like, I don't watch Collision or Rampage, let alone review it. I watch TNA, but I don't review it. I feel like if I continue to watch this show and review this show, I got to start watching TNA and reviewing it, but I don't watch TNA till Saturday mornings. I don't watch it at night. So it is what it is. But this show it's so dry and nothing is happening. There is almost no forward motion in this main story. This stupid tournament is chewing up so much time. This MJF thing, like, why is MJF off TV for 4 months? Like, what is going on here? Oh, he's filming a movie. Then let him film his movie and do something else with these guys. You know, him cutting these promos via satellite. He's not The Rock. You know? And he looked like he just came out of the shower in some of these videos. It's so weird. I'm not getting it. This is not good stuff. And we deserve better, you know? I think we do. Do you agree? Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.